Women over 60, this morning habit kills sarcopenia. It only takes 30 seconds. The profound truth is that what you intentionally choose to do, or conversely, what you neglect to do within the very first hour after waking each morning, can fundamentally sculpt the trajectory of your health and independence well into your 80s and beyond. This crucial period, often underestimated, holds the power to determine whether you will embrace a vibrant, active life, or if you will tragically succumb to the insidious grip of sarcopenia, a condition characterized by the severe loss of muscle mass that can lead to debilitating weakness, a loss of mobility requiring a wheelchair, institutionalization in a nursing home, or, in the most dire circumstances, a life-threatening fall resulting in a broken hip. While this might initially seem an exaggeration, it is a stark reality, meticulously substantiated by decades of rigorous scientific research. Alarmingly, a significant proportion of senior women are inadvertently engaging in daily morning routines that stealthily erode their longevity and vitality, often without any awareness until the irreversible consequences become painfully apparent. However, there is immense hope. This comprehensive guide will unveil 10 remarkably effective morning habits, each surprisingly simple and achievable within 30 seconds or less, which, when integrated consistently into your daily life, possess the unparalleled ability to reverse muscle loss with far greater efficacy than any pharmaceutical intervention or dietary supplement. The most astonishing revelation, perhaps, is that one of these specific habits has garnered enthusiastic endorsement from the world's preeminent geriatricians and leading scientists, holding the profound potential to not merely add years, but potentially entire decades to your life's span. As a dedicated physician with over 2 decades of clinical experience, I have personally witnessed the transformative power of these habits in the lives of thousands of my senior patients who had grappled with the devastating effects of sarcopenia for many years. My name is Dr. Hillman, and I extend a warm welcome to the Senior Food Blog, a sanctuary for natural, science-backed strategies to reclaim and rapidly build muscle mass. For deeper insights and practical applications, I encourage you to explore our muscle recovery meal plan, thoughtfully linked in the comments section. Before delving into these life-altering practices, allow me to introduce you to Sophie, an extraordinary woman whose journey serves as a beacon of inspiration. At the age of 61, Sophie, a truly remarkable individual, observed with growing concern as her friends began to contend with a distressing array of chronic health maladies, ranging from the pervasive threat of heart disease and the cognitive decline of dementia to the debilitating weakness of leg muscles and the metabolic challenge of diabetes. These were precisely the afflictions we all universally dread as we advance in years. Yet, today, Sophie stands as a testament to resilience, a vibrant 90-year-old who radiates the strength and vitality typically associated with someone half her age. She navigates stairs with effortless grace, requiring no assistance, and continues to drive her car with unwavering confidence. Her peers, marveling at her remarkable youthfulness, are perpetually inquisitive, questioning the secret to her seemingly ageless vigor, particularly given her eschewal of gym memberships. It was unequivocally not the lottery of genetics that favored Sophie, for her twin brother tragically did not live to see his 70th birthday, and numerous aunts and uncles in her family tree similarly succumbed before reaching that milestone. Sophie's life underwent a profound metamorphosis after she attended a pivotal health conference, where she was introduced to the very 10 clandestine morning habits that I am now poised to share with you. These were not radical disruptive changes, but rather seemingly insignificant adjustments that subtly yet completely recalibrated her body's intrinsic capacity for muscle growth and preservation. While her age mates were ensnared in the relentless progression of muscle loss, Sophie flourished, radiating strength and an indomitable spirit. When I had the distinct privilege of conversing with Sophie and directly inquiring about the singular catalyst for such a monumental shift in her life, her response was immediate and unequivocal. She pointed unhesitatingly to the consistent, disciplined application of her morning routine habits. Let us now embark on this enlightening journey. The first crucial habit for robust muscle health is a protein-rich breakfast. It is imperative to pause and genuinely consider the intricate physiological processes unfolding within your body, particularly if you neglected breakfast this morning or opted for the meager sustenance of a mere cup of coffee accompanied by a single slice of toast. If this self-reflection has not been a conscious practice, I urge you to lend your undivided attention now. In this very moment, your precious muscles are literally undergoing a process of breakdown, a phenomenon scientifically termed sarcopenia. This insidious condition, operating in profound silence, systematically strips seniors of their strength, compromises their cherished independence, and diminishes their essential mobility with each passing day. The foundational action embraced by virtually every individual who successfully retains their strength and independence well into their 80s, 90s, and even beyond upon awakening is not the reflexive pursuit of sugary cereals or the passive acceptance of bland toast, nor is it the detrimental omission of breakfast entirely. Instead, it is the deliberate and conscious act of consuming a breakfast replete with high-quality protein. Furthermore, the precise timing of this seemingly simple act is of paramount importance, representing an absolutely critical factor for the sustained health and vitality of your muscle tissue. Leading geriatric specialists, alongside groundbreaking longevity researchers affiliated with the esteemed Harvard Medical School, have collaboratively uncovered a discovery of profound significance. The consistent failure to consume an adequate amount of protein in the morning can regrettably accelerate muscle loss by an astounding margin, potentially as much as 30%. Andrea Collins, a renowned authority in the specialized field of geriatric nutrition, articulates this phenomenon with striking clarity. Throughout the many quiescent hours of sleep, your body transitions into a state of physiological fasting. Without the essential influx of protein in the morning, muscles regrettably continue their degenerative breakdown rather than initiating vital rebuilding processes. This unfortunate cycle significantly accelerates the progression of sarcopenia, thereby substantially elevating your inherent risk of experiencing falls, sustaining debilitating fractures, and ultimately succumbing to dependence. To powerfully underscore this critical scientific insight, let us reflect upon Martha's deeply moving narrative. At the age of 74, Martha found herself embroiled in a truly arduous struggle. She was plagued by increasingly weak leg muscles, a pervasive and debilitating sense of constant fatigue, and a profound dread associated with the once simple act of climbing stairs. Her attending physicians expressed legitimate concerns that she might imminently require the aid of a walker, a stark symbol of diminishing independence. However, a profound shift occurred when she adopted a surprisingly straightforward, yet remarkably potent ritual. Every morning, with unwavering consistency, and crucially, within 30 minutes of waking, she began to meticulously consume a breakfast generously endowed with protein. Her typical regimen included 2 perfectly cooked eggs, a substantial scoop of rich Greek yogurt, and a handful of nutritious pumpkin seeds. The transformation was nothing short of astonishing. Within an incredible span of just 60 days, Martha's leg strength demonstrably improved. She reported a newfound surge of energy that permeated her days, and perhaps most joyfully, she found herself once again able to confidently traverse her neighborhood without the haunting fear of falling. My family simply could not fathom the profound difference Martha shared with me, her voice still resonating with a sense of genuine amazement. They were persistently inquiring about what new, miraculous supplement I had commenced taking, and my straightforward reply was always the same: just breakfast protein, the very first thing each morning. Martha's words encapsulate the simple yet profound efficacy of this practice. Therefore, allow me to delineate your clear, actionable plan commencing tomorrow morning. This evening, before you retire for the night, diligently set out every single item you will require for a truly protein-rich breakfast. To effortlessly create a delectable and highly nutritious, high-protein breakfast bowl, you might simply scramble or fry 2 fresh eggs to your desired perfection. Complement this with a side of savory turkey sausage, sizzling hot directly from the pan. Then toast a slice of robust, whole-grain bread, perhaps artfully topping it with smooth, creamy avocado slices if you desire an additional layer of richness. Finally, infuse your plate with natural sweetness and a burst of antioxidants by adding a generous handful of vibrant, fresh berries. This meticulously crafted breakfast regimen is designed to deliver a substantial protein intake exceeding 30 grams, thereby ensuring the sustained strength and resilience of your muscles, while simultaneously imparting enduring energy to launch your day with optimal vigor. Should you crave an even broader array of exquisite, high-protein breakfast concepts, all similarly potent in their muscle-supporting benefits, I wholeheartedly recommend exploring the Muscle Recovery Meal Plan, which is conveniently hyperlinked in both the description box and the pinned comment below. The very instant your eyes open to greet the new day, before the demands and distractions inevitably begin to consume your time, make an unyielding commitment to ingest a minimum of 25 grams of protein. This is not the opportune moment for the fleeting energy offered by empty carbohydrates or the transient stimulation of mere coffee. This is the designated time to furnish your muscles with genuine foundational fuel. Elevate this practice to a non-negotiable component of your morning ritual, akin to the indispensable act of brushing your teeth following hours of physiological fasting. Throughout the night, your muscles are in a state of desperate anticipation, craving protein. Do not, under any circumstances, compel them to endure this wait a minute longer than is absolutely essential. Can you truly pledge your unwavering commitment to this remarkably simple habit, one that harbors the immense potential to dramatically decelerate muscle loss and safeguard your precious independence for years, indeed decades, into the future? The segment of the senior population renowned for their exceptional longevity and enduring strength does not perceive this as an optional dietary consideration. For them, it is an absolute and foundational necessity. Do you already incorporate this vital practice into your routine? If not, when will you consciously elect to embark on this transformative journey? Tomorrow morning could unequivocally mark the auspicious genesis of your personal strength transformation. Building upon the nutritional foundation of protein, our second life-enhancing habit centers on resistance or strength movement. It warrants a moment of profound introspection to consider whether you might, quite unintentionally, be accelerating the process of muscle loss each morning without any conscious awareness of doing so. If you are not diligently dedicating at least a few minutes to strength-based movement within the initial 30 minutes of your waking hours, you are regrettably foregoing one of the most potent longevity triggers that discerning researchers have recently brought to light. Pioneering studies conducted by the National Institute on Aging unequivocally demonstrate that incorporating simple resistance exercises into your morning routine, such as fundamental bodyweight squats, effective wall push-ups, or the strategic utilization of light resistance bands, can elevate muscle protein synthesis by a remarkable margin exceeding 40%. This profound physiological boost is instrumental in preserving your inherent strength, safeguarding your independence, and maintaining crucial balance well into the twilight years of your 80s and 90s. Dr. Emily Lawson, a preeminent researcher specializing in geriatric muscle health, offers illuminating clarity regarding the overarching importance of this practice. Morning strength movement, she elucidates, serves to activate muscle cells that literally dictate every facet of your physical being, from your intricate sense of balance to your metabolic efficiency, and crucially, to the sheer volume of muscle mass you successfully retain over the subsequent 24-hour period. The unfortunate omission of this vital morning habit is inextricably linked to a significantly elevated risk of falls, the occurrence of debilitating fractures, and the accelerated progression of muscle loss once an individual surpasses the age of 60. To vividly illustrate this compelling point, let us turn our attention to Linda's profoundly impactful experience. At 69 years of age, Linda had endured a protracted struggle marked by progressively weakening legs and a distressing frequency of falls. She had diligently explored various avenues in pursuit of lasting improvement, including the consistent use of supplements, adherence to specialized diets, and even participation in rigorous physical therapy sessions, yet none seemed to yield the desired enduring benefit. It was then that her physician proposed a remarkably straightforward yet profoundly transformative alteration. Dedicate merely 5 minutes each morning to performing simple bodyweight squats, effective wall push-ups, and gentle chair exercises. Within an astonishingly brief period of just 3 weeks, Linda's progress transcended mere stability on her feet. She found herself once again confidently ascending stairs without the haunting specter of fear, and her overall energy levels throughout the day experienced a noticeable and sustained augmentation. What truly captivated and surprised her, however, were the unanticipated yet deeply appreciated ancillary benefits. My persistent back pain noticeably eased, she recounted, her voice imbued with a sense of wonder. I experienced a significantly improved quality of sleep at night, and I even felt a renewed sense of confidence when venturing outside. All these profound improvements, she emphasized, stemmed simply from the consistent integration of uncomplicated morning strength workouts, a stark contrast to her previous habit of entirely eschewing exercise. I implore you, do not defer for another single day the embrace of this incredibly life-changing habit. Commencing tomorrow morning, make it your unwavering, non-negotiable mission to allocate at least 5 minutes to resistance or strength movement immediately upon waking. Even if this translates to nothing more arduous than standing up and sitting down from a sturdy chair 10 consecutive times, or engaging in a sustained push against a solid wall for 60 seconds, these seemingly modest acts serve to powerfully stimulate your muscles in ways that are profoundly protective of your cherished independence. And should mobility present a legitimate concern, rest assured that even gentle resistance bands, stretches, or carefully executed seated leg lifts can nonetheless confer a significant and tangible difference. This is not merely an injunction concerning physical exercise. It is, with profound emphasis, about fundamentally resetting your body's inherent capacity to diligently maintain its muscle mass, steadfastly preserve your independence, and actively, at a cellular level, decelerate the relentless process of aging. Are you genuinely prepared and willing to bestow upon your body this priceless gift tomorrow morning? What conceivable impediment could possibly prevent you from dedicating 5 simple minutes to wholeheartedly embracing this potent and transformative ritual? Your muscles are, quite literally, patiently awaiting this critical signal to remain robust, to keep you steadily upright, and to vigilantly protect you from the encroaching specter of sarcopenia. Following the intentional movement of our bodies, the third essential habit concerns vitamin D and judicious sunlight exposure. The manner in which you consciously choose to expose your body, or conversely, tragically fail to expose it, to the benevolent rays of the sun before you partake in that very first cup of coffee holds the profound potential to genuinely dictate the enduring strength of your muscles as you gracefully journey towards your 80s and 90s. The overwhelming majority of seniors, regrettably, perpetuate a critical and pervasive error. They habitually remain sequestered indoors until well after the morning meal. This unwitting practice inadvertently exacerbates exacerbates a widespread condition known as vitamin D deficiency, a physiological state that dramatically accelerates the progression of sarcopenia and systematically weakens the structural integrity of bones over time, rendering them increasingly fragile. Illuminating research meticulously conducted by a cadre of esteemed endocrinologists at Harvard Medical School has unequivocally demonstrated that exposure to morning sunlight serves to significantly boost vital vitamin D levels and profoundly enhance muscle function, thereby effectuating a remarkable reduction in the inherent risk of fractures among older adults by a substantial margin exceeding 40%. Dr. Hannah Reynolds, who judiciously directs the Department of Geriatric Endocrinology at Harvard, cogently emphasizes this pivotal finding. Our exhaustive research unequivocally indicates that securing direct sunlight exposure within the pivotal first hour of waking actually triggers and optimizes the body's innate capacity for natural vitamin D production, she explains. This vitamin D is an absolutely indispensable prerequisite for efficient calcium absorption, the maintenance of robust bone strength, and the crucial preservation of lean muscle mass. Devoid of adequate vitamin D, seniors confront a dramatically elevated susceptibility to falls, debilitating hip fractures, and the rapid and irreversible decline of muscle tissue. This seemingly simple, yet profoundly impactful habit utterly transformed Helen's life. At 72 years of age, she found herself embroiled in a distressing struggle with increasingly fragile bones and perpetually weak leg muscles, existing in a constant state of apprehension concerning the omnipresent threat of falling. Her physician issued a solemn warning. A hip fracture could, with chilling finality, irrevocably strip her of her cherished independence. As a final, hopeful recourse, she was earnestly encouraged to dedicate 15 minutes each morning to being outdoors immediately after waking. Within a mere 8 weeks, Helen's vitamin D levels had improved with astounding rapidity, her balance became noticeably steadier, and perhaps most importantly, her innate confidence was joyfully restored. I honestly harbored the belief that mere sunlight couldn't possibly effectuate such a significant difference, she shared, her voice brimming with unbridled joy. Now, I confidently perambulate around my beloved garden every morning, entirely liberated from the shackles of fear, and truly, I feel more alive than I have in many, many years. Consequently, allow me to articulate your practical and actionable plan for the dawning of tomorrow. Subsequent to consuming your morning water, but critically, prior to ingesting any food or coffee, intentionally step outside for a dedicated period of 10 to 15 minutes to bask in the direct embrace of sunlight. If circumstances permit, allow the sun's benevolent rays to gently caress your face and arms, unshielded by sunscreen for this brief designated interval. Even on days characterized by an overcast sky, the ambient outdoor light consistently proves to be dozens of times more potent than the most luminous indoor artificial bulbs, and your body will indefatigably continue its process of vitamin D synthesis. Should mobility present a genuine concern, even the simple act of sitting near a brightly sunlit window can confer measurable benefits. And during the unforgiving winter months, or in geographical regions perpetually afflicted by a dearth of sunlight, it would be judicious to contemplate the judicious incorporation of a medical-grade vitamin D supplement, always under the expert guidance and counsel of your trusted physician. This practice transcends the superficiality of mere sunshine. It is, with profound emphasis, about furnishing your muscles and bones with the indispensable fuel they ardently require to steadfastly resist the pervasive encroachment of sarcopenia and to diligently maintain your strength, unwavering steadiness, and cherished independence for many decades yet to unfold. Will you, tomorrow morning, consciously choose to embrace this precious gift of light? Just allow yourself to vividly imagine your future self at 85 or even 90 years of age, confidently perambulating through life, entirely unburdened by fear. Those fortunate individuals who successfully attain this enviable state of being are not merely beneficiaries of a genetic lottery. Rather, they are the diligent practitioners of this vital, consistent morning ritual, will you wholeheartedly elect to join their ranks? Continuing our exploration of essential morning rituals, the fourth habit, any hydration with electrolytes, is an incredibly swift yet profoundly potent practice that stands as perhaps the single most powerful defense against muscle loss and the onset of sarcopenia, a topic astonishingly neglected by most. It is truly remarkable that so many seniors inadvertently overlook this critical element of their daily routine. What if I were to reveal that the very first beverage you consciously choose to consume in the morning profoundly influences not only your muscles and your balance, but also significantly impacts your susceptibility to falls throughout the entire day, thereby holding the potential to either graciously add or, regrettably, subtract precious years from your coveted independence? Researchers affiliated with the esteemed National Institute on Aging have meticulously documented a compelling finding. Seniors who conscientiously hydrate themselves in the morning with the strategic addition of electrolytes, vital minerals such as magnesium, potassium, and sodium, consistently sustain muscle function with up to 35% greater efficacy compared to those who merely sip plain water, or, even more detrimentally, completely omit morning hydration. Dr. Robert Hayes, a leading authority in the intricate science of muscle aging, offers a clear and insightful explanation. Following the prolonged hours of nocturnal sleep, your body inevitably enters a state of mild dehydration. Without the timely replenishment of crucial electrolytes, your muscles are fundamentally unable to contract with optimal efficiency. This leads to neural misfires, a discernible decline in balance, and, critically, sets the physiological stage for sarcopenia to progress at an accelerated rate. By meticulously replenishing electrolytes first thing in the morning, you are effectively providing your muscles with the indispensable raw materials they require to steadfastly maintain their strength and responsiveness. This deceptively simple ritual completely transformed Clara's life. At the age of 79, Clara frequently experienced unsettling episodes of dizziness whenever she attempted to stand up in the mornings. Her legs felt perpetually weak, and she narrowly avoided tripping several times a week, a constant source of anxiety. Her physician issued a stark warning. Chronic dehydration and an inadequate intake of essential minerals were systematically robbing her of vital muscle strength. As a trial, she embarked upon a new, hopeful ritual. Each morning, immediately upon waking, she meticulously drank a full glass of water, into which she had incorporated a modest pinch of natural sea salt and a refreshing squeeze of lemon, providing a natural source of electrolytes. Within a remarkably brief span of just 2 weeks, Clara observed a profound difference. She was demonstrably steadier on her feet. Her persistent muscle cramps began to fade into obscurity, and her overall energy levels experienced a significant and sustained surge. I honestly believed that this pervasive weakness was simply an unavoidable aspect of the aging process, she shared, a sense of revelation in her voice. But it turns out I was inadvertently starving my muscles of what they needed most: proper hydration infused with essential minerals. Therefore, allow me to delineate your practical and actionable plan for tomorrow. Immediately after you wake up, meticulously prepare a full glass of water and add a modest pinch of natural sea salt or high-quality Himalayan salt, along with a refreshing squeeze of fresh lemon. Should you prefer, an alternative option is to utilize a low-sugar electrolyte powder specifically formulated for the needs of seniors. Consume this vital beverage before you partake in coffee or food, allowing your muscles to luxuriate in the essential hydration and critical minerals they have been ardently craving throughout the night. This practice transcends the superficiality of merely quenching thirst. It is, with profound emphasis, about furnishing your muscles and nerves with the critical electrolytes they indispensably require to contract efficiently, to stabilize your entire body, and to steadfastly resist the insidious grip of sarcopenia. Will you conscientiously elect to elevate hydration with electrolytes to a non-negotiable cornerstone of your morning routine tomorrow? Just allow yourself to vividly imagine your future self at 85 or 90, perambulating with unwavering, steady balance, entirely liberated from the discomfort of cramps, and endowed with robust, stronger muscles. Those fortunate individuals who successfully achieve this enviable state of being are not merely beneficiaries of genetic luck. Rather, they are the diligent, consistent practitioners of this vital morning ritual. Will you wholeheartedly elect to join their esteemed ranks? Proceeding from the critical foundation of hydration, the fifth habit involves taking omega-3s, either as a supplement or through foods rich in them. A poignant question demands our attention. Is your current morning routine inadvertently depriving your muscles of the vital fuel they desperately need to remain robust, strong, and inherently resilient? The harsh, unvarnished truth is that the vast majority of seniors consume an alarmingly insufficient quantity of omega-3 fatty acids. This critical oversight, unfortunately, and actively accelerates the twin processes of muscle breakdown and pervasive inflammation throughout the body. Regrettably, many individuals remain oblivious to this profound deficiency until it is tragically too late, when sarcopenia has already systematically stripped away their fundamental strength and independence. Nutritional gerontologists, who are erudite experts specializing in the nuanced nutrition of aging, have meticulously identified consistent omega-3 intake as one of the most formidable defenses against the unrelenting progression of muscle loss. Populations characterized by a high consumption of omega-3s consistently exhibit significantly lower rates of sarcopenia and demonstrably retain superior muscle function well into their 80s and even their 90s. Indeed, scientific studies have unequivocally demonstrated that omega-3s possess the remarkable capacity to reduce systemic inflammation markers in the body by an impressive margin of 45%, thereby facilitating crucial muscle repair processes instead of permitting their continuous deterioration. Dr. Valerie Dawson, a preeminent researcher affiliated with the esteemed Longevity Nutrition Institute, articulates this intricate mechanism with elegant clarity. Omega-3 fatty acids directly influence muscle protein synthesis, which is the very foundational process your body employs to assiduously build and diligently repair muscle tissue. Without a sufficient supply of omega-3s, your muscles simply do not respond as effectively to the beneficial stimulus of protein or the rigor of exercise. However, when adequately supplied with these crucial fatty acids, seniors can dramatically slow down the inexorable march of muscle loss and even successfully regain lost strength. Let us consider Barbara's compelling first-hand experience. At the age of 73, she began to notice a disconcerting weakening in both her arms and legs, rendering even simple, routine tasks such as lifting groceries an utterly exhausting ordeal. Her physician judiciously suggested that she commence incorporating omega-3s into her established morning routine. Rather than solely relying on supplements from the outset, Barbara, with the expert guidance of a nutritionist, strategically integrated omega-3-rich foods into her breakfast, such as nutrient-dense salmon, tiny yet potent chia seeds, and wholesome walnuts, concurrently with a high-quality omega-3 capsule. Within a remarkably brief period of just 3 months, Barbara's strength tests demonstrably improved. Her pervasive morning stiffness noticeably eased, and she reported feeling significantly more capable and robust in the execution of her daily activities. "I truly didn't alter much else in my routine," Barbara candidly admitted, a sense of quiet amazement in her voice. "But my body genuinely feels younger and unequivocally stronger, and my energy levels have made a triumphant return. Therefore, allow me to delineate your essential omega-3 formula for tomorrow morning. Intentionally pair your breakfast with either a high-quality omega-3 supplement, seeking one that provides at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA, or alternatively, conscientiously incorporate whole foods that are naturally abundant in omega-3s, such as succulent salmon, small yet mighty sardines, flax seeds, chia seeds, or nutritious walnuts. For individuals adhering to a plant-based dietary regimen, algae-based omega-3 capsules present an exceptionally excellent and and viable option. The inherent beauty and practical elegance of this habit lies in its effortless integration. It demands no additional time from your already bustling morning. You are, after all, already engaging in the act of eating breakfast. Now, you are simply empowered to make a smarter, more informed choice, electing to fuel your precious muscles with anti-inflammatory, muscle-preserving nutrients instead of inadvertently leaving them vulnerable and unprotected. Is the continuation of your current routine, devoid of consistent omega-3 support, genuinely worth the substantial risk to your cherished muscle strength and hard-won independence after the age of 70? Make this pivotal switch tomorrow, and within a mere few weeks, you may profoundly experience the palpable difference: a noticeable surge in energy, a significant reduction in stiffness, and muscles that feel vibrantly ready and capable of carrying you confidently into the decades that lie ahead. Beyond nutritional considerations, the sixth habit addresses a silent saboteur of muscle health: managing morning stress and cortisol levels. Here unfolds a morning ritual that possesses the capacity to be even more profoundly efficacious than any supplement when it comes to diligently protecting your precious muscles and extending the continuum of your cherished independence. The deliberate and conscious management of stress. Did you fully grasp the sobering reality that unchecked morning stress, accompanied by persistently elevated cortisol levels, can silently and insidiously sabotage the very foundation of your muscle health, thereby accelerating the inexorable progression of sarcopenia and, unfortunately, increasing overall physical frailty? Researchers have unequivocally discovered that chronic stress does not merely confine its deleterious effects to your mental well-being. It actively precipitates heightened systemic inflammation, systematically weakens your muscles, and dramatically accelerates the multifarious processes of physiological aging. What remains largely unappreciated by the general populace is that when you choose to manage stress is almost as critically important as how you manage it. A landmark study emanating from the prestigious Stanford University unveiled a compelling revelation. Seniors who consistently and proactively engaged in stress reduction habits during the morning hours, encompassing practices such as deep, deliberate breathing exercises, focused mindfulness, or the reflective act of gratitude journaling, demonstrably possessed stronger muscles and exhibited a remarkable 32% lower inherent risk of developing sarcopenia, especially when contrasted with those individuals who passively allowed their cortisol levels to run unchecked and unmitigated. Dr. Elaine Porter, a preeminent geriatric endocrinologist, articulates this intricate relationship with striking clarity. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, naturally peaks in the morning, she explains. And if these levels regrettably remain excessively high, cortisol unfortunately promotes muscle breakdown rather than facilitating vital repair processes. However, when seniors purposefully engage in calming, restorative practices first thing in the morning, cortisol levels perceptibly drop to healthier, more balanced physiological concentrations, thereby creating an optimal internal environment that permits muscles to effectively recover, balance to demonstrably improve, and systemic inflammation to significantly decrease. Consider Rose's deeply inspiring example. At 74 years of age, she found herself burdened by a pervasive sense of constant tension permeating her entire body, manifesting as perpetually tight shoulders, restless and unsatisfying sleep, and the debilitating weakness of her legs. Her physician elucidated that chronic, unmanaged morning stress was, with silent efficiency, accelerating her muscle loss. As a hopeful trial, she embarked upon a new, deliberate ritual. She dedicated merely 2 minutes to slow, intentional breathing, coupled with the repetition of positive affirmations and the creation of a brief gratitude list, all meticulously performed before partaking in breakfast. Within a remarkably short span of just 1 month, Rose observed a profound shift. She felt discernibly calmer, her energy levels became noticeably steadier throughout the day, and to her genuine surprise, her legs felt unequivocally stronger during her customary morning walks. "I mistakenly thought stress was purely a mental phenomenon," she confessed, a newfound understanding in her voice. "But actively managing it gave me back a foundational strength I didn't even realize I had lost." Therefore, allow me to delineate your practical and actionable plan for tomorrow. As soon as you wake up, critically, before indulging in coffee or breakfast, commit to dedicating a focused period of 2 to 5 minutes to the deliberate lowering of your cortisol levels. This could manifest as slow, conscious breathing, inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling slowly through the mouth, or the reflective act of writing down 3 specific things for which you are genuinely grateful, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation while listening to calming, ambient music. The absolute linchpin here is unwavering consistency, elevating stress management to a non-negotiable cornerstone of your morning routine. This practice transcends the superficiality of merely feeling calm. It is, with profound emphasis, about furnishing your muscles with the optimal hormonal environment they critically require to steadfastly resist sarcopenia and to diligently maintain your strength for many decades yet to unfold. Are you genuinely prepared and willing to bestow upon your body this invaluable gift tomorrow morning? What conceivable impediment could possibly deter you from dedicating just a few minutes to fundamentally reset your stress levels and proactively protect your strength? Your muscles are, quite literally, patiently awaiting this critical signal to heal and to thrive. Building upon the internal calm cultivated through stress management, our 7th habit delves into the profound practice of meditation and morning breathing exercises. This is, unequivocally, the singular mental and physical habit consistently practiced by seniors who navigate the aging process with exceptional grace, extending their vitality well into their 90s, and doing so without fail every single morning. The deliberate integration of intentional breathing and profound mindfulness. However, this transcends the vague, oft-repeated counsel to simply relax and breathe that you may have encountered previously. There exists a highly specific and remarkably potent methodology for employing meditation and breathwork that actively ignites the intricate longevity pathways within both your muscles and your brain. Neuroscientists affiliated with the esteemed Stanford University have made an incredible and groundbreaking discovery. Specific, controlled breathing practices possess the remarkable capacity to lower cortisol levels by an impressive margin of up to 25%, concurrently augmenting oxygen delivery to the muscle tissues. This dual action significantly decelerates the progression of sarcopenia and concurrently boosts overall energy levels for the entire day. Dr. Hannah Lee, a distinguished researcher specializing in neuromuscular aging, elucidates this intricate mechanism. When older adults consistently practice meditation and controlled breathing in the morning, their nervous system undergoes a profound shift towards a state of optimal balance, she explains. This physiological rebalancing effectively reduces systemic inflammation, markedly improves blood flow throughout the body, and critically enhances neuromuscular communication. These multifaceted benefits directly underpin and support muscle preservation, the maintenance of strength, and the refinement of overall coordination. Let us consider Margaret's deeply moving narrative, which powerfully illustrates the far-reaching impact of this practice. At the age of 75, Margaret found herself grappling with persistent morning fatigue, a pervasive stiffness in her legs, and a frequent, unsettling worry that her cherished independence was gradually slipping away. After learning about the transformative potential of morning meditation and intentional breathing, she embarked upon a remarkably simple 5-minute practice, inhaling deeply and deliberately through her nose, holding her breath gently for a brief moment, and then exhaling slowly through her mouth while vividly visualizing her muscles filling with an invigorating surge of strength. Within a mere month, Margaret observed a profound shift. She felt discernibly calmer, her balance became noticeably steadier, and her entire body felt more energized and responsive. It's as if my muscles truly wake up when I consciously calm my mind, she shared, a radiant smile gracing her lips. Therefore, allow me to delineate a quick, empowering 3-minute meditation and breathing exercise that you can seamlessly begin tomorrow morning. Immediately upon waking, find a comfortable seated position and gently close your eyes. Place one hand gently on your belly and the other on your chest. Inhale deeply and deliberately through your nose for a slow count of 4, consciously feeling your belly gently rise with the influx of breath. Hold this breath for a gentle count of 4. Then, exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for an extended count of 6. Repeat this restorative cycle 5 times. As you engage in this mindful breathing, intentionally focus your thoughts on your physical body. Express sincere gratitude to your legs for diligently carrying you through life, to your arms for their invaluable assistance in accomplishing daily tasks, and to your heart for its faithful and tireless work. The absolute undeniable key to this practice is the harmonious combination of mindfulness with breath, simultaneously calming your nervous system while actively energizing your muscles with life-giving oxygen. This practice transcends the realm of mere magical thinking. It scientifically creates a measurable and tangible shift in your fundamental physiology, actively reducing the detrimental stress hormones that contribute to muscle breakdown and activating the crucial pathways that help preserve lean strength. Will you commit to diligently trying this powerful practice tomorrow morning? It incurs no financial cost, requires no specialized equipment, and possesses the genuine potential to add years of steady strength and invaluable independence to your life. Have you, even for a few precious minutes today, taken the opportunity to breathe deeply and express gratitude to your body? Or are you, perhaps unknowingly, commencing your mornings in a state of hurried tension? Your conscious choice, quite literally, determines how both your muscles and your mind will gracefully, or perhaps less gracefully, age. Moving into another vital nutritional cornerstone, the 8th habit highlights the importance of drinking bone broth or chicken feet broth for collagen and gelatin. This prompts a crucial moment for deep reflection. Have you truly paused to consider the intricate biochemical processes unfolding within your body at this very instant? Particularly, what transpires if you have not ingested a single source of collagen this morning? If this contemplation has not been a conscious part of your routine, I urge you to lend your attention closely. At this precise moment, your muscles, your joints, and your intricate network of connective tissues are, quite literally, starved for collagen. Without its timely replenishment, the minuscule yet mighty fibers that are fundamentally responsible for maintaining the strength and flexibility of your muscles begin to systematically weaken, thereby accelerating the relentless progression of sarcopenia and contributing to pervasive stiffness throughout your body. The very first proactive measure embraced by virtually every senior who successfully navigates the aging process with grace and vitality well into their 90s upon awakening is emphatically not the omission of breakfast or the mere sipping of black coffee. Rather, it is the deliberate and nourishing act of fortifying their muscles and joints with collagen. And remarkably, one of the most potently effective natural sources of this vital protein is something surprisingly simple and accessible: bone broth, or, for an even richer source, chicken feet broth. Leading gerontologists, alongside groundbreaking longevity researchers affiliated with the esteemed Johns Hopkins University, have collaboratively made a crucial and illuminating discovery. Seniors who consistently consume foods rich in collagen demonstrably exhibit dramatically slower rates of sarcopenia and a pronounced deceleration of joint deterioration. Collagen, beyond its well-known contributions to the health of skin and bones, directly fuels the intricate processes of muscle repair and the maintenance of strength. Dr. Angela Martin, a leading expert in the specialized field of aging nutrition, vividly explains its profound role. Collagen serves as the essential glue that meticulously holds the entire body together. Without a sufficient supply of it, muscles regrettably become weaker, tendons inevitably lose their crucial elasticity, and bones progressively grow more fragile. However, consistent daily collagen intake, even in the remarkably simple and accessible form of bone broth, meticulously creates the optimal physiological environment your body requires to diligently rebuild and rejuvenate rather than merely break down. Let us consider Helen's deeply impactful story, which powerfully illustrates this scientific truth. At the age of 71, Helen found herself embroiled in a distressing struggle with perpetually stiff knees and aching muscles, living in constant fear that her cherished independence was gradually slipping through her grasp. But then she embarked upon a remarkably simple ritual. She began diligently drinking 1 cup of nutrient-dense chicken feet broth every single morning. Within an astonishingly brief period of just 8 weeks, her pervasive stiffness noticeably eased, her legs felt discernibly stronger, and she found herself once again able to confidently perambulate around her neighborhood block, imbued with a renewed sense of self-assurance. I mistakenly believed it was simply an unavoidable aspect of aging, Helen shared, a tone of revelation in her voice. But it turns out my body was fundamentally missing what it needed most: collagen. Therefore, allow me to delineate your straightforward and actionable plan for starting tomorrow morning. Add 2 pounds of either chicken feet or beef bones to a generously sized pot. Proceed to cover them completely with water. Then, incorporate 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, which acts as a crucial agent to help extract the precious collagen, and season lightly with onion, garlic, and celery if you desire additional flavor. Then, gently simmer this mixture for an extended period of 6 to 12 hours until the broth transforms into a rich, golden hue and exhibits a slightly gelatinous consistency when cooled. Once it is ready, diligently strain and refrigerate the broth. In the morning, simply warm up 1 cup of this nourishing broth and sip it slowly, either before or concurrently with your breakfast. Should you desire a more detailed array of delicious yet simple muscle-building recipes, I strongly encourage you to download the 30 Days Muscle Recovery Meal Plan, conveniently linked in the description and the pinned comment below. This practice transcends the superficiality of merely enjoying a warm drink. It is, with profound emphasis, about furnishing your muscles, joints, and connective tissues with the indispensable building blocks they vitally require to steadfastly resist sarcopenia and to diligently maintain your strength. Can you truly pledge your unwavering commitment to this incredibly simple habit tomorrow morning? Just 1 cup of bone broth or chicken feet broth daily could represent the pivotal difference between the gradual year-after-year loss of muscle mass, or conversely, the proactive preservation of strength, cherished independence, and essential mobility well into your 80s and 90s. For those fortunate individuals who achieve the greatest longevity and maintain the most robust strength, collagen is unequivocally not an optional dietary consideration. It is an absolute and foundational necessity. Tomorrow morning could unequivocally mark the very beginning of your profound strength transformation. Beyond physical and nutritional elements, the 9th habit introduces a critical, often overlooked aspect of longevity: starting a social connection ritual. This invites a moment of deep contemplation. Have you ever paused to consider the possibility that you might be inadvertently weakening not only your cognitive faculties, but also, surprisingly, your physical muscles every single morning simply by commencing your day in a state of isolation? If you are not making a genuine, conscious effort to connect with another human being within the initial hours of waking, you are regrettably missing out on one of the most potent longevity triggers that discerning researchers have ever brought to light. Pioneering studies conducted by the esteemed National Institute on Aging clearly and unequivocally demonstrate that seniors who engage in consistent morning social interactions consistently possess significantly stronger muscles, exhibit lower levels of systemic inflammation, and experience an impressive reduction in the risk of sarcopenia by up to 33%. Dr. Melissa Carter, a leading researcher specializing in the intricate interplay of aging and social health, offers illuminating clarity regarding the profound importance of this habit. Morning social connection, she elucidates, serves to perceptibly lower detrimental cortisol levels, simultaneously boosts beneficial oxytocin, and, crucially, sets in motion neurological signals that directly underpin and support muscle coordination, essential balance, and overall energy levels. Seniors who commence their day feeling genuinely connected to others are considerably more likely to retain both their physical strength and their mental resilience well into the twilight years of their 80s and 90s. Let us look at Jane Jane's compelling and deeply personal experience. At 76 years of age, Jane had been valiantly battling a pervasive sense of loneliness, concurrently with a discernible decline in her physical strength. She observed that her legs felt progressively weaker, her energy levels diminished rapidly throughout the day, and she frequently, regrettably, skipped her customary morning walks. It was then that her compassionate daughter encouraged her to embark upon a remarkably simple morning ritual, making a brief 5-minute phone call to a cherished friend each morning after breakfast. Within a remarkably brief span of just 3 weeks, Jane felt a renewed surge of motivation. Her mood demonstrably lifted, and perhaps most importantly, she found herself actively moving her body more consistently throughout the day. To her profound surprise, her balance tests at her subsequent doctor's visit had improved dramatically, defying her previous expectations. "It was the talking that genuinely gave me strength," Jane marveled, a sense of wonder in her voice. "Hearing a friendly voice made me want to take care of myself again. I implore you, do not defer for another single day the embrace of this truly life-changing habit. Commencing tomorrow morning, make it your unwavering mission to intentionally connect socially before 10 a.m. This interaction need not be protracted. Even a brief 3-minute phone call, a warm, neighborly wave, or a kind, meaningful exchange with someone at your local cafe all contribute significantly. Should mobility present a legitimate concern, meticulously set up a daily phone check-in with a trusted friend or a beloved family member. And if you reside with others, resist the urge to merely pass each other like strangers in a hallway. Instead, make a deliberate point to greet, smile, and share a few meaningful words. This practice transcends the superficiality of mere conversation. It is, with profound emphasis, about fundamentally resetting your brain and body in ways that actively decelerate the intricate processes of aging at a cellular level and robustly protect against the insidious encroachment of sarcopenia. Are you genuinely prepared and willing to bestow upon yourself this priceless gift tomorrow morning? What conceivable impediment could possibly prevent you from reaching out, even briefly, and wholeheartedly embracing this simple yet remarkably powerful ritual? Your muscles, your mind, and your heart are, quite literally, patiently awaiting this critical signal to thrive. Finally, the 10th and last habit offers a powerful alternative to a ubiquitous morning beverage. Drink leucine-rich teas instead of coffee. If you are not intentionally providing your muscles with the specific amino acids they critically require first thing in the morning, you are unfortunately missing out on one of the most powerful longevity triggers that discerning researchers have recently brought to light. Pioneering studies conducted by the esteemed National Institute on Aging clearly and unequivocally demonstrate that leucine, an essential amino acid, directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis, which is the very foundational process that empowers you to diligently maintain and even proactively rebuild muscle mass as you gracefully age. Seniors who deliberately commence their day with beverages specifically rich in leucine have consistently shown up to a remarkable 42% greater inherent ability to preserve lean muscle mass, especially when meticulously compared to those individuals who rely solely on the transient stimulation of caffeine. Dr. Karen Fields, a distinguished researcher specializing in nutritional geriatrics, offers a clear and insightful distinction. Coffee provides you with temporary stimulation, she explains, but leucine, in contrast, gives your muscles life. When seniors conscientiously replace their ingrained morning coffee habit with leucine-rich teas, they not only experience a sustained sense of greater energy, but crucially, they also furnish their muscles with the critical building block indispensably needed to actively fight against the insidious grip of sarcopenia. Let us consider Linda's deeply personal experience. At the age of 72, she had been a lifelong devoted coffee drinker, but she began to notice a disconcerting weakening in her legs and a precipitous crash in her energy levels by mid-afternoon. Her nutritionist judiciously suggested a simple yet profound swap, trading her daily coffee for a morning tea thoughtfully infused with leucine-rich ingredients. Within a mere month, Linda felt discernibly steadier on her feet. Her energy became noticeably more consistent throughout the day, day, and she even reported a significant reduction in the frequency of muscle cramps. I genuinely didn't know that a simple tea swap could effectuate such a profound difference, she expressed, a sense of genuine amazement in her voice. Therefore, allow me to delineate your straightforward and actionable plan for tomorrow morning. Instead of automatically pouring yet another cup of coffee, meticulously prepare a simple yet potent leucine-rich tea. Bring a cup of water to a gentle boil. Then, steep a green tea bag for a precise duration of 3 minutes. While it steeps, stir in 1 teaspoon of spirulina powder and half a teaspoon of matcha powder for an additional invigorating boost. For enhanced flavor, add a refreshing squeeze of lemon and a delicate drizzle of honey if desired. Sip it slowly, savoring its warmth and comforting presence, imbued with the reassuring knowledge that it is actively nourishing your muscles with vital leucine and powerful antioxidants that coffee alone simply cannot provide. This practice transcends the superficiality of merely replacing caffeine. It is, with profound emphasis, about furnishing your body with the crucial physiological signal to actively build rather than to relentlessly break down muscle tissue, thereby empowering you to steadfastly resist sarcopenia and to diligently remain strong, unwavering, and independent for many decades yet to unfold. Are you genuinely prepared and willing to make this powerful and transformative switch tomorrow morning? What conceivable impediment could possibly prevent you from trading your customary coffee for a single cup of muscle-preserving tea? Your muscles are, quite literally, patiently awaiting this critical signal to thrive. Now you are profoundly equipped with the comprehensive knowledge of these 10 incredibly powerful morning habits, each meticulously designed to diligently protect your muscles, restore your innate strength, and empower you to sustain your independence and vitality well into the remarkable decades of your 80s and 90s. These surprisingly simple practices collectively hold the immense potential to completely reshape your entire health journey after the age of 60, dramatically lowering your inherent risk of succumbing to sarcopenia and diligently preserving your body as vibrant, capable, and profoundly resilient. The truth is, you are not obligated to implement all of them simultaneously. Even the deliberate initiation of just 2 or 3 of these habits can spark noticeable and tangible improvements in your energy levels, your cherished mobility, and your unwavering confidence. Remember Margaret, whose inspiring journey we recounted earlier? She began her transformation with just 1 morning habit, and with consistent dedication, she gradually integrated others over time, each small, deliberate step meticulously building towards the realization of a stronger, more resilient, and ultimately more vibrant version of herself. The true key to this transformative process is not the elusive pursuit of perfection. Rather, the unequivocal key is to commence tomorrow without procrastination, not at some nebulous someday. This is because your daily morning routine is far more than a mere inventory of tasks. It is, in essence, the profound physiological program you consistently execute that either explicitly instructs your body to diligently maintain its strength and proactively rebuild muscle, or, conversely, allows it to steadily lose muscle mass day by relentless day. Which foundational message will you consciously choose to transmit to your precious muscles tomorrow morning? These habits are not simply optional extras to be considered if time permits. They are, with profound emphasis, essential foundational building blocks for any individual who genuinely yearns to gracefully navigate the aging process with unwavering strength, inherent grace, and unyielding independence. Which of these 10 transformative morning rituals will you pledge to try first, commencing tomorrow? Your future self, vividly walking with steady, confident legs, effortlessly carrying groceries with newfound ease, and joyfully embracing life without the haunting specter of weakness, is unequivocally counting on the conscious choice you make today. Your investment in these habits is an investment in a future defined by vitality and autonomy.